Assholes and elbows, baby. Let me see them, you guys. Come on, you guys, sing with me. I know, I know, know, I know, know, I know, know, I know, I know, know, I know, know, I know, know. Well, I know. I think I do. Some days, the more I know, the more I realize what I don't know. Is that how it goes? Nothing wrong with a little mindless contentment on a Thursday. Is it Thursday? Oh my God, you got like, I don't know, man. I have lots of thoughts. Lots of thoughts. It is, yeah, Thursday, March 5th, 2026. Yeah. Woohoo! Thursday, March 5th, 2026. And, holy balls, we have 242 days, 3 hours, 40 minutes, exactly, until the midterm elections. Make sure you're registered to vote, motherfuckers. You know what I mean? You can do it. For those of you been around for a minute, maybe notice me ramping it up because I was a slacker. I didn't fucking vote for a long time. There was a little while where I couldn't. No need to get into that again. But I just was like, fuck the system, you know? Rage Against the Machine. But I had to learn one day. So just fucking go. It's a fucking riot, man. Going and voting is a goddamn riot. And I don't know. Obviously, you know, those of us who are into this shit, pay attention as we should as fucking responsible citizens, right? There's always so much going on in the news about, you know, voting in big cities and stuff, like making it accessible, which I'm just to be clear, I'm all for doing bending over backwards. Like it's the only reason we exist the way we do is because we're allowed to vote, right? Or we're it's I don't know if I should say allowed to, or it's a fucking it's not a privilege, it's our right. So I've already lost my fucking thought. This is going to be a long one, ain't it? Go register. Go vote. It doesn't take long. Hopefully where you're at. Anyways, we should be bending over backwards to make sure everybody is able to vote. Who can? We want all the right people. Like, you know, if I can take anything from what former Secretary, DHS Secretary Noam says, we'll get into that some more. We want the right people voting, the right people into office. I mean, I can't disagree with her about that. I'm sure her and I have two different ideas about what the right people are, but whatever. She's just a fucking failed fucking DHS secretary. Some motherfuckers might say, ain't never going to see you in that position, TV. It's like, yeah, well, you're never going to see me fail in that position. So, all right, let me greet some of you folks. Han Solo is in the house. Jesus, Jeff, you come in. I fucking clipped your, and I don't have it loaded. I clipped you and John doing that fucking impromptu TV2 live tune. And I used it on like 2 streams not long ago, but dude, I was thinking yesterday about sending it back to you and seeing if you guys were willing to fucking clean it up. I mean, I know you got the setup down there. I'm not saying it sounds bad. I'm just saying, like, I dig it. And I know you could, like, if, like, not a live jam where you guys could probably spend, like, fucking 15 minutes, like, hashing out how it is laid down and then record it, right? Anyways, Han Solo. And James is here. Gotta love that motherfucker. And Gloria's here. And Josh and Darlene and Mary. What's up, folks? Cheers to you. We are live and loud. And I appreciate so many of you guys hanging out. We had really I have mixed emotions about doing those hearing streams and stuff, even though it's always been the case for, I don't know, I've seriously started streaming in early 2020, right, with the right before the George Floyd murder and all the protests that year. But so it's always been like, then we had the, so I really kind of cut my teeth with that and the impeachment hearings. And so they've always gotten way more views than my dumbass sitting on cam, right? But the last couple days doing the Gnome hearings was really, really good. Even just doing the Senate and House floor. So I appreciate you guys. Anybody listening or ends up watching this after it posts and you are hanging out, thank you. Thank you for finding the channel. I wish more of you would come in and yap. The people in blue are your friends. I don't know why I have to. I just that's TV. I'm very welcoming. We just whatever. Don't be a fucking dick. That's my job, I guess. If you want to be a dick, get your own channel. So it's been great. All the extra time that I mean it. Like, I know there's folks that think we're just dirty ass libs, and that's fine. They're still sitting here hanging out. I'm good with that. I am. Your time is about the most valuable thing we have, right? So thank you. And thanks to Lolo too. Lolo's Lounge. She has been a trooper supporter, and I've tried to send you folks her way as well recently. She's fun, man. I think she is. So I keep hoping I'm going to get some of these big ones right. Not that it matters too much, other than maybe if anybody with might have a strong opinion, well informed, that is neutral or right leaning, or otherwise, I guess, that would challenge me on shit. I mean, I think that's a big part of why we keep trying, right? I've seen, and who knows, I've never gotten to the point where I've been completely just fucking overwhelmed. Not overwhelmed, that wouldn't be the right amount. Just like, you know, submersing myself in a bunch of fucking bullshit. And by that I mean like the just pieces from whoever, however I don't claim to check up on, do backgrounds on all these folks and stuff, but just a lot of small clips about how is it healthy for anybody, not just us on the left, I guess, but anyone, engaging with some of the so much toxic social media. Like, this is YouTube, as some of you guys know, is the only social media. I have a couple other accounts, whatever. Good luck finding anything posted from me this year on any of those other accounts. Just are you getting anywhere? And like, how does shaming folks work? And it's like, I think that I deal with these and then you see anyways videos to the contrary, say, or not to the contrary, but having more of a definitive stance on it, saying that you do get somewhere even if you don't change someone's mind. And I guess the bottom line is, as soon as you decide that even if it is toxic, which it is or can be, right? You decide that for whatever reason you decide that you're not going to engage anymore, then there's no hope. There's no hope. And I get that it gets so down to dirty because I've taken part myself. My excuse always is that if I want to engage or expect to connect with the Trumpers, I have to come down to their level, right? And I know that's an arrogant, sassy fucking statement, but I don't give a fuck. It's true. I wish I had a bigger vocabulary to be more fucking sugary about it, but I don't. So yeah, when you see the shit that gets spewed, it's like, And it's not that I haven't seen complete fucking bullshit from people on the left, but in chats, but it's not. It's one or two idiots, and believe me, a lot of us, we fucking send those folks packing too. It's like, so it can be shitty, and it is toxic as fuck at times, or a lot of the time. But as soon as you stop, as soon as you decide that you're not going to engage for whatever maybe legitimate reason, I guess, if you're not considering that, then you give up all hope of any sort of coming together, however you want to say it. So yeah, so I'll keep doing this shit. We'll keep doing this shit. I'll keep being completely okay with folks on the right saying that I'm some sort of far left liberal, or that any of us are, right? More like, you know, I've said often that every household is a conservative household, period. Especially when you're fucking middle class or lower class income, right? You're a conservative household, period. You don't have no choice. James says, by the way, in Texas, Cornyn and Paxton are still having a wrestling match in the mud with the pigs. Yeah, are they getting down and dirty, James? Hopefully, let me I want to make sure I got it. I'll see if I can find some video clips sometime before we end this stream of those two some presser clips of those two fucking eating each other. That would be great. That would be golden. I wasn't that disappointed, you guys. I mean, obviously I'm in Michigan. Let me finish reading. Hopefully help me keep that thought about Texas there, because I wanted to talk about Crockett and Tallarico. But let me read through a couple of you guys' comments. Darlene says, nasty, filthy, disgusting. I can't stand any of them. Mary says, that'll be a great fight for the next couple months. I can't come together with MAGA trash. Tupelo says, please keep doing this. I will. And you keep coming back, please. Appreciate you. James says, Corey Lewandowski has sent this invitation to Trump's ballroom back. Christy Nome won't be attending. Laugh my ass off. James, that's funny. The fucking audio clip, all right, guard your ears, it might be a little bit loud, is from Crocus redoing Ballroom Blitz. Let's go! All right. I can't see the fucking audio indicator. It was probably blowing your eardrums out, wasn't it? Wow, yeah. And the man in the Max boy, you're gonna back and we're going to the Ballroom Blitz. Ballroom Blitz. That was my first rock concert, by the way. That tour. Anyways. Yeah, I know, Darlene. I don't know what to say. You don't ever have to trust them. You know, that's why, and I brought this up at least one other time since before that, a stream that we got yapping with Nosy, our sister there in Germany. Look, Trump hasn't created a Holocaust. I almost feel it's like the damage of at that level hasn't been done, and I think it's important to say that, not compare what Trump has done to the incredible horror that was the Holocaust, right? But what Trump is doing is setting us, I mean, he's setting himself up. The Republicans are setting us up, setting Trump up for that same sort of fucking holy shitness. I mean, without it, I mean, I don't know how far I should go with this. If you ask me, do I think Trump would be capable of doing what Hitler did? If he thought he could get away with it, I would be at least 50-50. That said, it means jack shit, because who the fuck am I? It's just so hard, you guys, watching. And I mean, it's so fucking obvious, right? Seeing what we see. So, but I don't know, Darlene, I don't know how we move on, how we continue on, but there's 80, 75, 80 million fucking Trump supporters, supposedly. And maybe not all of them people who are voting for Trump, there for sure there's 10, 15, 20 million of them that don't pay a fucking bit of attention and are just voting blind. And I'll say, my mom, God rest her soul, was like, they just you keep your nose down, you vote Republican. The media's, whatever. There's 1,000 reasons these people are susceptible to the mass hysteria that Trump. It's really. I can't help but wonder if the obviousness of it is the part of the fucking problem. I mean, we've talked too much on this stream about the number of, flooding the zone, as I don't know if it was Bannon that fucking started saying that shit, but we always said, the number of piles of fucking steaming shit that Trump, his administration, the Republican crime syndicate that is nationwide drops every fucking day. You can't, and it's like, well, and I've even said, it's like, hey, we're America. We have a fucking badass system. And I mean, our justice system, our three branches of government seemed legit until it didn't with the SCOTUS. It's just when you have, and it's not like it's a major or a complete failure there, maybe major, but there's only three branches. And when you start fucking taking, a bat to the knees or a knee of each one of those administration or each one of those branches, or the two that are trying to keep, or we would hope would be keeping the executive branch in check, were weakened. So I don't know how we deal with because Trump will go away. Things could get really dirty. I mean, we've been, we have these fucking, it's just like almost one crazy moment after another, right? And there's times I'm like, holy shit, that's over. We had a decent outcome, or the right outcome. We're this much farther along. And I think, fuck, man, and then we keep seeing what Trump is just implying about the midterm elections, and not just Trump. those around him. And we see, I haven't been right on everything, and I don't claim to be, not even close. It's just, shit like Venezuela said he was going to, it just, to me, it seems really easy to fucking listen to Trump. The chuds, the fuck it, like that fucking Sin Saint and fucking chatter. Always bitching. They don't watch fucking Twitter, or they're watching mainstream, fucking pre-scripted talking point, fucking handed out liberal media. It's like, I watch Trump. You guys, you guys come here and fucking support the streams. I stream so much fucking Trump bullshit. I listen to what the fuck he says. I know he's bonkers. But when he's talking about what he's going to do, actually do, and not just like how fucked up people are, but when those moments when he says, we're going to do this, or we have this option, that's what he's going to do. It's not, we have these options, and he goes through stuff. When he says shit like that, he's telling you what he's going to do. And so it seems hard to, and I don't want to be the fucking sky is falling guy, but I'm also not fucking afraid to say he's gonna fucking do whatever he can to disrupt the elections. Nobody knows what that's gonna look like. At a minimum, fucking federal agents or some sort of intimidation around strong blue polling stations, cities, right? Because that SAVE Act probably isn't going to get passed before the election. Gloria says, why have nuclear weapons if you don't use them? Donald, yeah. That he can push the button does. Gloria, thanks for saying, I just seen that clip of Trump today, only once, and I should have fucking saved it. Because I'd probably pay hell to fucking try and find it. Yeah, that was like, whoa. When he was talking in reference to Iran, right? He's like, well, why would they have nuclear weapons if not who would have? Well, Gloria's got the quote there again. Trump said, why have nuclear weapons if you don't use them? Or I think it was more, Gloria, I think it was more detailed, or maybe he had said something else too. Why have something about crazy people or insane people having nuclear weapons? And that's what caught me. I'm like, yeah, that's exactly the issue here. That's exactly the issue here. I don't know. I've tried to tone it down because I'm still getting as much information, a lot. I share as much as I can with you guys, but the two military sources that I have, they really can't explain, it's, and I love these people, so they can't, it's, because I wonder how are these generals and admirals following through on certain missions? Is there not ways to get, and I suppose for sure there's no way to just kind of curtail the attack on Iran because they know it's not right. I mean, I don't think I've said once about how on a stream yet since all this has gone down that the Ayatollah, that whole clerical fucking religious, extreme religious regime are terrible people. It's fucking. It seems really fucking ignorant, and it makes me pissy at all. That is that an issue? Is I mean, do any Americans have to even fucking vocalize that? You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's always going to be an easy choice, but because it's not. But and I can give you two examples. Iran being the choice that is not easy at all, and Trump just totally fucking, you know, ran in with his hair on fire. Ukraine is an easy choice. And it's not that those are like there isn't, you know, it's so clear cut either way, but I mean, for fuck's sake, I'm liberal, and it's like and I'm sitting here telling you we have the people of Iran are capable, more than capable. They are fucking well more educated than, you know, at least the fucking MAGA population of our country. I don't know pretend at all, you guys, to know what it must be like to live under that kind of oppression. I'm a fucking white guy in his 50s. I don't see much fucking bigotry against me, you know. I don't know how Trump is not the person. The way we're doing this is not helping the Iranian people. Um, for sure, if they keep going at it and just completely gutting whatever layers of authority they have in that system, I mean, it can be damaged. It's for sure. I guess if you want to, you know, the U.S. and Israel is getting at it in that sense, and I'm not shedding any tears about that. I did keep telling our brother Putin a few times this past week. I think it's regardless, it's going to create a vacuum. I still believe that. Um, I think maybe though what would even be worse and is probably a real possibility is that shit is going to be everything's going to be completely broken there. The infrastructure, the system, you know, right? It's going to be chaos. And so that would almost be, I think it would be, there'd be less likely of any sort of strong threat created in that vacuum, in that kind of vacuum, right? But it would just mean like turning Iran, the whole country, 90 million people, you know, into poverty. It's probably going to, anyways. Uh, Diggs, welcome to the stream. Diggs says, I blame religion for making these people believe anything if you associate enough fear with it. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I'd just go even further to say that that's Trump's tactic, and it's not even, you know, it's not religion based or anything like that at all, right? It's just hammer down on, and it's not just this specific, you know, Democrat or that specific Democrat. It's liberals, it's Democrats, whole big blanket, right? Are just the most wretched, terrible people. And Noam got. I'm hoping tonight is I won't fucking mention her too much anymore because trash is out. It's going down the road. Whatever. Was she was hammered on that. Um, I think about the ICE agents being labeled Nazis and terrorists and fascists, which okay, I don't have to call them. I can drop the Nazi label, fine, good enough. I would say Nazi like because fascists for sure, um, terrorist actions for sure, terrorizing. I mean, if you're terrorizing the public, which they are, that, yeah, whatever, right? But her fucking gnomes press conferences constantly just lumping anybody that isn't a Trumper into like one of the worst, you know, into a group that is the worst people on earth, right? Ever. And yeah, I've gone as far as saying Trump is akin to Gacy and Bundy and Manson. It's a little bit satirical, but he's a sociopath. He's a fucking straight up narcissist sociopath. He's at that level. I mean, I'm sure you guys have thought what it must be like for anyone to sit in that position where, and not just in the, Oval Office, but the Secretary of Defense. There's other people that make generals, right? The top brass at the Pentagon. Trump has made decisions that were just completely fucked up beyond any fucking rational thought that cost people lives, American lives now. It's not that, just that too. I got to go back to the campaign and the fucking build up around Venezuela right before kidnapping Maduro or whatever. Terrible person, right? Should I repeat that, you guys, for the fucking dickweeds? Terrible person, Maduro. You guys know what Trump did, right? Just Maduro's second-hand lady is now in charge. What a crock of shit. I'm serious. What percentage of the drug running that is continuing through Venezuela, what percentage of that is getting deposited into Trump's Qatar account? So, but that's it. Let's see if I can stay with it. I fucking forgot what I was gonna say. Go into that. But with the build up around Venezuela, it was asking your kids maybe, or your grandkids, or your nieces, nephews, maybe your families or your neighbors' kids, somebody's kids, somebody you know's kids, maybe someone, not just kids. There's folks are my age still out there active duty, right? What are you doing to them? What are you doing to the morale and the subordination that I know we need, and that has been maybe, I guess, a topic recently with my senators, one of my senators, Slotkin, and Senator Kelly and others, doing only saying what is the truth. I mean, when I started saying that shit before they came out publicly. I'm like, I knew what their sworn oath is, even though I've never taken it, to be clear. But to apply, truly apply your sworn oath, that and how many recruits or, you know, folks on their first tour, you're out there in the fucking Caribbean and you're told to do something. You're on a fucking ship. What the fuck are you gonna do? So I say Trump is a sociopath because he's damaged our military and our country in ways that I don't want to say are more important than, like, you know, not more important than losing the lives lost because of his madness, but you're asking, these are, well, the best trained in the world. They're the people, you know, the people I know, people in our families. They're not strangers. They are a part of us, and they're not dumb, and they know what they're being asked to do. And you take and you put the most selfless, patriotic Americans in a position where they volunteer to defend our country and then ask them to do something completely fucking immoral, fucked up. You guys, you fill in the blanks, right? Yeah, Dick says, do y'all even know what's happening to Cuba? They have no fuel. We're blocking it from all their places. They were getting it from Trump's trying to starve them out, even if it's in the news. It's not even, yeah, like from Ecuador or something. Or I don't know that if that's where they were getting, or maybe it was, I know Russia and Ecuador both. We've just had more operations in Ecuador yesterday or whatever, or ongoing operations. The Cuba is being cut off from any countries that are helping them because of us. Yeah, Diggs. I don't know what to say, man. It's we need to figure out how to get it right where we're not fucking with people in that way, but we're we're using our strength and all that we have to help countries in the right way when we should be helping them. And I know we're not always going to get that right, but we could do way fucking better, as you guys know, right? Like, just way better. I don't know what to say, you guys. It's really fucked up. It seems like it's hard not to think shit's just fucking not even right, or what we think. I don't know how to explain it. I'm not a conspiracy nut, but how do we fucking do 20 years in Iraq and Afghanistan, and now look at those two countries? Look at those two fucking countries, how we left them after 20 years and losing. How many people did we lose? 6,000? How many are maimed? I don't even know. And we're doing it again this quick. This quick. Fuck. I don't know. It's fucked up, ain't it? It ain't just Trump being a fucking idiot. There's a lot more going into it. That's for sure. Bill, what's up, brother? Bill says Mexico said no to a Donald's embargo of Cuba. 4. Yeah, well, there's people, and I don't think, it's not like I'm not a hey, who gives a fuck about Cubans because Americans are going hungry, but we have a mess. We have a mess that's getting real, is going to get thick. This is a big country. These This shit takes time to fucking to soak in. That's not like some excuse like I'm making for because we've said Trump is going to fucking completely, he's going to do, whether it's intentional or Trump's a fuck up. Whether it's intentional on his part or not, the people around him know better. So that's a scary thing. But it's breaking down. I mean, it's just taking time. It's just going to take time for the people without insurance to be getting sick, the people who can't afford enough food now, for that to have all the effects that it does, whether it's crime, domestic violence, drug use that gets increases because people don't have enough to eat or can't keep warm. Everything starts breaking down. And now, something that I honestly wasn't really thinking about or expecting, I don't know about you guys, I guess I didn't think through far enough, the Trump's, for sure, what I thought was an impending attack on Iran, and it happened. I did not think through about it causing inflation. Certainly oil prices going up, but it's going to get bad. That was the prices of everything now increasing at a faster rate was something I didn't consider at all. Shit's going to be tough enough as it is. There's no fucking jobs. Nobody's going to be building fucking shit now. There's no jobs. Mary says President Rubio will fix it. Is Random here? Random, what up, motherfucker? Random says Christie didn't get fired, she got promoted. They literally created the job for her. Yeah, that's what the fucking Trump bitches keep saying too. Random is that she's in charge of the whole protecting the whole Western Hemisphere now. I didn't even fucking bother looking. I don't give a fuck. Like you said, that's probably exactly what happened. It's a brand new position where she's going to be given a desk and a coffee maker and a secretary. Maybe she's going to be they'll let her keep Corey Lewandowski as her secretary. I mean, she don't really fucking need a job, does she? She's fucking just scammed the taxpayers out of at least $170 million. I don't know how much kickback she'll get from that, but it has to be something. What was it? Lewandowski's buddy created the company 10 days before the contract was awarded, but certainly the knowledge of this funding was there prior to that 10 days. So, yeah. It's a shitty thing. I need to start keeping fucking track of it, creating lists, because will anything ever happen? Because the Democrats will be back in in charge again, they'll have investigative powers and subpoena power and all that shit again. Hopefully, within less than 12 months of us talking right now, 10 months even. Will anything happen? Kate, what's up, sister? Cheers to you. Kate says Cuba does have good land, though. They have not fucked it up with glyphosates and soil killing fertilizers. Right on. Yeah, Cuba's a fucking paradise if the, if I don't know what we're doing. I guess I should do more homework on that. You know, I understand that things can be a little bit strict there, I guess, but they're not being fucking. The people of Cuba aren't being oppressed in a way like in so many other countries. They just want to do their own thing. We have to get to that place, man, or we're never gonna. I mean, this world, humanity isn't gonna. I don't want to be getting too fucking philosophical. Humanity isn't gonna make it much longer if we can't find a way to look at each other across borders as ourselves. And I know you guys get it. I have to say it. We're not fucking getting very fucking far off this planet, or we're not going to fucking do well if we do. If we're not fucking unified, doesn't mean we have to have a fucking one world leader. That doesn't sound cool at all. I don't know what to think, but maybe it's a little crazy. Like I'm thinking fucking so far into the future. But seriously, I mean, the first thing is probably to stop fucking annihilating each other and shitting in our drinking water, right? Kate, I don't know. I wish you guys would fucking speak up. God damn it. I knew I was going to be full of it tonight. I blame Laura. I was over in her news stream and she just was prodding me and fucking. Laura's always trying to radicalize me. God, I hope she has her ears on or goes back and watches this. I don't know what to say, Kate. I'm not a conspiracy guy, but well, I don't think we have to be conspiracy people to know that there's just too much influence and money. So I agree with you, sister. I don't know how we deal with that. I'm I wonder what goes through a freshman rep's head. Or I guess there's freshman senators too, I suppose. Like they don't like necessarily, or probably maybe not very often. I don't know what the ratio would be of folks being voted to the Senate from Congress or whatever. I don't know what happens. I'm not saying they all lose their balls or their spine, maybe is a more PC term. I don't know. I don't know the full extent of how campaign funding is able to be spent, right? Like, I'm sure it's pretty fucking laxed when it comes to how much of that, like, if Kate was candidate and she was getting campaign fund, like how much of that she would be able to actually use to support. Maybe she could use it to eat, lodging, of course, on the road, right? I don't know. I mean, we've made some progress, very little over the last 10 years or whatever in companies fucking wooing representatives and senators, right? With fucking golf pack weekends and whatever, right? Because they're gifts and not like a monetary check, or they're guests. It's hard for me to believe that that alone like is the whole issue though. And I'm not saying Kate is suggesting that, but I don't know about humanity sometimes, Kate. It's like 51% to 49%. 51% I have hope or trust in humans being more good than not, right? I don't know. It gets fucking so mucky because I won't ever get any of you fellow libs, Democrats, independents, whatever you want to call yourselves. I'm not trying to put a fucking patch on you. To push back or to fucking engage with me about the absolute obvious failures of capitalism and why it doesn't work, not why it can't, why it isn't working. It can work, but why it isn't. So I want to make that clear. It can work, but why it isn't and why it probably won't as long as we have freedoms, which we all want, the right to run our business however we want, the right to, well, we need to stop corporate lobby, so there's just, it's a fucking, maybe even if you took, consider it being a small handful of major issues that if we could address, you know, two of the worst five things that are creating, eliminating the middle class. And you might say, "Oh, get the fuck out of here!" 75% of America is middle class. Yeah, but how long does it? What does it take to change that? And how long does it take? And what do you mean by middle class? When we're talking an average income that includes the calculation of someone like Elon Musk, who will be the world's first trillionaire before 2027. The top 1% are responsible for 60% of consumer spending in this country. You have the top 1% responsible, maybe it was, excuse me, 40% of the consumer spending. So that means 99% of our population is responsible for 60% of consumer spending. how long is that shit sustainable? And why is it like that? What is that telling you? Yeah, Mary says when the wealth gap gets this wide, nations fall. The rich have got to pay up. Yeah, that is the problem too. Is that if it gets to the point where the masses have to rectify things with the rich, we've hurt ourselves, right? Because there's no way around. There's going to be destruction, as we see now happening. Millions of people. Good. So, I mean, God, what was it? The holy shit, you guys. I gotta read Gloria's comment here in a second, but it was this morning the House debates. The representative from California said that his state there, the Valley, right, is responsible for a ridiculous amount of our food, right? He gave a couple different categories, but it was like 70% in some areas, 90%, and I mean by like tomatoes, and then in this depending on the season, right? So we depend heavily on California, as you guys know. And 30% of the people in that growing, being a part of that industry in California specifically, are on government assistance, food assistance. 30% of the people growing 90% of our food, our produce, are on government assistance, food assistance. What the fuck is going on there? It gets really, it's such a, and I think this is where, even though there's no excuse, I think this is where maybe some Republicans find themselves in a tough spot. And it's like, you just fucking do what's right. It's usually your heart and mind knows pretty fucking quick what is right. Maybe it isn't easy to fucking stand on that, but who gives a fuck? What else you gonna stand on if you don't fucking stand on what you think is right, even if it isn't? But in this case, it is. You gotta fucking stand up and say, these fucking factory farms out there are getting rich. They're not making good use of the water. Their employees aren't getting fucking paid enough. They're probably getting away with paying undocumented folks less than what they would have to pay an American. Not in all cases. Certainly it's happening, without a doubt. I don't get it. And maybe it's because I haven't had the opportunity to be a wealthy, selfish, disgusting glutton. I don't know. And at the same time, we do see like smaller farmers going out of business because of fucked up markets, right? Like how they fucking price shit. And then when these folks are able to go to the market, like if you're raising cattle. You guys can stop me anytime. I'm pissy. A little bit. I don't pay $220 million in taxes ever. But it's taxpayer money. If we're asking, I mean, maybe we wouldn't have to fucking squeeze the fucking rich so much if we had didn't have so much fucking bureaucracy, right? I'm sure that could clean up some of it. $920 billion a year on defense. Yeah, Mary. I've been on Mary. I actually did when I first started streaming back, like doing on cam streams like this. Mrs. Or you're saying Walmart? Yeah. Well, Menards and like Walmart are similar in that way, right? I know one's home improvement, as you know, and then the Walton family dynasty thing. But in 2014, Walmart was the number one profiting company in America. And I tried to quote this before, but I can't remember what it was, if it was $50 billion that year in profits. And they had the highest percentage of employees of any American company on assistance, and it was like 28% of their employees. Well, the reason why I bring up Menards because they went to that same model later on. Mrs. V, I had talked to Jim earlier about me and Mrs. V both working at Menards for a while. She did like 14 years there. She was way up. And then they started to realize or follow this Walmart model that they could hire two part-time employees to do the job of a full-time employee that was getting Mrs. V was doing well. Right? You don't have to offer them insurance. You don't have to do profit sharing. You don't have to give them shift bonuses like weekends or nights. Yeah. 28% of Walmart's employees were on government assistance the same year that they were the highest profiting company in America. Because they will pay them, give them just the number of hours that would allow them to apply for assistance, and they wouldn't have to be responsible for any benefits like offering insurance or paid vacations or sick days. So that's capitalism. How do we deal with that? Because I'm someone who says we got to fucking pay people a fair price. And I think if you're a smart business person, you're paying, or employee, you're paying people the absolute best that you can. Now, the best that you can is going to depend on each business owner. What does that mean? What is left for them, right? What is left for the business owner? I don't know what to say. I don't have the right to tell people what they think they should profit from their business. I don't know what the exact number for me would be, right? But it's clear it's not, I don't think it's enough for most folks, for some of the companies, these companies. I don't know how we deal with that. It's a free market. How do we fucking boycott these people that aren't paying a wage that people can get ahead on? I just don't understand it. I don't understand how these CEOs and huge business owners don't see that if they do so well taking care of their employees that their employees end up leaving because they have more opportunities because of how good you were to them as an employer. How that doesn't fucking benefit you down the road. I don't know. I know I have to do a BRB. And I appreciate you guys hanging out. I feel good. I knew that I would now.
Let's go!
All right, I'm going to do a BRB. I appreciate you guys hanging out. If you're here when I get back in, like, I don't know, whatever, 5 minutes, if I don't get lost. I'll see you when I get back then, all right? Here's a little macaroni on bass. Just in case, 'cause you know we'll always be friends. And I found what I was looking for all of this time. And it was always right here in front of my eyes. Said I finally found it. She said I finally found it. She said I finally found what I was looking for. What I was looking for. She said I finally found it. She said I finally found it. She said I finally found what I was looking for. She looked at me and said we had fun. Now don't you ever call me again. I'll be around just in case, 'cause you know we'll always be friends. You and I've been down this road too many times. The answer's always been right here in front of my eyes. Said I finally found it. She said I finally found it. She said I finally found what I was looking for. She said I finally found it. She said I finally found it. Said I finally found what I was looking for. I'm back. I'm back. Peter, what's up? Did I say hi to you early? I seen you fucking come in, brother. Jesus. I'm letting the verbs flow tonight. I can hear it. Yeah, Peter says unfettered capitalism cannibalizes a free market economy. Aries see the result as the rise of the American oligarch system. Yeah, I don't know how we deal with that, you guys. I think this is like, look, I think how we decide or focus on not just Americans but humans prospering, and I guess we have to define what prospering is as well as we go forward, is the biggest topic outside of how we fucking stop the fucking maniac world leaders from destroying anybody they want. You know what I mean? We're in a fucking mess. I'm not like a doom. I don't think I'm a doomsday. I feel like and you can't judge yourself anyways, right? Not fairly. But I feel like I'm a glass is half full type of guy. Maybe I'm not. I don't know how I come off, but it's hard to and it's just it these are the big ones that people seem to give a fuck about, right? Or at least that get talked about, and no diss on you guys. I'm sure, I know for sure that you guys are way deeper than just the fucking mainstream topics that are important, like what the fuck is capitalism working? Why the hell are so many deadly extreme conflicts continue to go on all over the world with us too, which is pretty fucked up thing. You know, I don't know where I seen it, if it was in a UN, one of the chats for like the UN meetings or Al Jazeera. I don't know. Someone said something to the effect of, look at the big, strong world powers sit back and fucking do nothing constantly, time after time. It's hard. It's very hard to argue with that not being the case. We're never going to be perfect, but we could probably be a lot better. You have to, don't you have to lead by example? Isn't that exactly that's exactly my argument again with the chuds that I might engage with regularly, is they don't have an understanding of what I think is the most logical, common sense, and the largest consensus of what America is that holding our hand out, not to fucking receive something other than someone else's hand, right? Like, and I know you guys are like this. I know most of you, even the folks of you that might be listening that I've never fucking chatted with. I know that if you're warm when it's cold, you had something to eat, you're dry when it's wet, you're going to fucking stop and help somebody change their tire, at least make sure they're all right. Help the folks next door if someone was injured at work, don't have insurance, whatever, right? On that personal level, That's how most humans are. So what the fuck are we missing? I don't know how we go forward until we get over ourselves as Americans. We're never going to be any sort of fucking world leader, right? How could, and I understand how some of us vote and all that. But we are America as a whole. We are as responsible as you and I can possibly be to change this fucking really screwed up narrative. Mary says there are ways to break up monopolies, but I don't know them. Meanwhile, we create co-ops and take care of each other. I think about allowing people to plant gardens here, right? Oh, was Laura here too? Good. Oh, there she is. Laura, what up, sister? Were your ears ringing? I was blaming you for radicalizing me earlier. Yeah, it's Gloria says I think empathy is what's missing. I don't disagree with that at all, Gloria. I wonder how so if we can even put blame aside, it's like, is there something inherently different biologically with people that are I'm just shocked. And I'm no fucking prude or saint, for Christ's sake. It's always hard for me to fucking say that. I'm fucking shocked about people supporting Trump. Anyone outside of his wife and child. I'm not kidding you. God, I could go on about what a fuck up I've been. I don't know. Seriously. Tens of millions of people that have, it's clear, have some sort of personal grievance with, some sort of misplaced grievance with society, or some sort of animosity they're holding on to. They should be directed at, I don't know if it should, I don't know. Should be directed inward, their parents. Fucking, I don't know what happened to these people. Or if it's like, seriously, just a small biological difference that makes these people incapable of, and I don't know if you guys feel this way, but sometimes, the word empathy, almost I think maybe folks will get it confused with sympathy and one being a choice and the other not. And so, how do you deal with that? Because we have to. Yeah. Peter says, remember when the kings led the troops into battle? Send Baron. Yeah, empathy requires some sort of humility. It requires that an understanding, right? Being able to actually put yourself or put yourself in that person's position. I forgot about the poll, you guys. I asked who was most likely to go next. in light of Gnome being fired today, and I didn't even get to it. I guess she found out during a live press conference. Jesus Christ. Bondi or Patel, who's likely to go next? Only 14 votes. That's okay. 71% say Bondi, 29%. Yeah, Patel's been quiet. I should have added a few more choices to that list, but Gloria says empathy requires you put yourself in someone less fortunate than you's position or shoes. And I agree with that, but I think it also can mean just trying to understand someone else's position, right? Like, I was clear about, like, I don't know where the line is to tell people what they absolutely have to pay folks. I just know, and it's gonna be, it's not that black and white, right? It's not something like with minimum wage, for instance, that we can just implement across the board. I think it has to depend on what a company is making and probably some other factors, right? What folks are giving. Is it time for me to share the what's the right thing to do lectures from David Sandel at Harvard University? Well, we always get on this conversation about what does a successful company like Amazon owe, or what are they indebted? How much are they indebted to the employees that absolutely were necessary to make Bezos' idea, whatever it is, right, happen? How much does, like, I think the Chicago Bulls, right? They are, and he mentioned Michael Jordan. And I could be wrong about this, but I think the Chicago Bulls are some sort of like fan owned team or whatever. Like people are able to have shares or whatever in the team. And Michael Jordan can't pay his fans back, but like when you think about those folks buying expensive tickets, jerseys, underwear, what was it, Hanes or Fruit of the Loom or whatever, tennis shoes, for fuck's sake, $100 tennis shoes. Michael Jordan and Nike made a lot of money together. How much did, and I don't, I should be careful. I know for sure, I'm not afraid to say that, and probably still so. Nike shoes, some being made in sweatshops, Philippines, probably other places, Indonesia. I don't know that any Air Jordans were made in these sweatshops, but I wouldn't be surprised. We have stupid shit. I mean, with Trump trying, or, one of his suggestions or reasons for tariffs were that he would encourage companies to build here in America, right? Jesus fucking Christ. Seriously, in his campaign in 2020, in the fall of 2024, he had about because I was running a lot of as many of his rallies as I could fucking run, unfortunately. But he promised it was Pennsylvania, Georgia, and I swear one other state that hundreds of new companies would be building in their states. It's not. It didn't fucking. I mean, I get sidetracked because now I think, what the fuck? What is wrong with these people to buy that to not go? What the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean? Show me how. It's not just tell me what you want to happen, and fucking politicians are like that all the way around, right? Hopefully, and I believe that most of them have good intentions, but it's not enough. And you're not going to get everything through. I don't know about compromising if it puts us, one step forward, two steps back, or one step forward, one and a half steps back. Is that any good? American companies getting wealthy still on the backs of children, taking advantage of people who have nothing and offering them half of nothing for fucking 12 hours of their life a day, every day for 7 days a week, because they don't want to pay or can't pay however you want, these companies want to word it, Americans enough to do the jobs. Some of it's because this the true scenario. Whenever what was it during the 28 or 2008 2010 shit storm, the auto industry took a hit then as well. You have American auto workers making $40,000 a year at that time and more and up, that can't afford to buy the same fucking car they're building, or that's what started to become the issue. What is going on there? We are. I see that Americans are too selfish, are selfish overall in some ways, and I don't, just like trying to tell employers exactly what they can pay for whatever reason. It's hard to tell people what they should expect for themselves, right? I don't have the right to say, hey, you do fine, working for this amount or whatever. I know. Am I doing a good job at being Mr. Happy? Because I can, it's just too many layers, and I don't know how we fucking fix the shit until we can somehow eliminate bureaucracy, stop the money influence on our representatives, not stop or slow or change, lessen the flow of tax money from these wealthy people. I don't hate rich people. I wonder, you know, what are you guys, seriously, what are you guys' thoughts on someone like Elon Musk, who I know is a controversial figure, and I don't like him, but I can put that aside, and you could make it Warren Buffett being the first trillion. Warren Buffett isn't going to be the first trillionaire, but the world's first trillionaire, but Elon Musk is going to be. Though I feel they're two completely different, very successful, wealthy people, right? It seems like the only way to battle that, and part of the problem is, again, with one issue after another, that is part of the problem is people like Musk isn't that fucking brilliant of a guy. He's just brave. He was smart in the way I think that I've said before. I was smart. Like when I was a musician, I surrounded myself with people that were good musicians, way better than me. He, you hire smart people. That's what he did. That's great. That's the point. It's like I don't know how you deal with folks that are that. I don't know. I just cannot imagine thinking I have to hold on to at least this $400 billion. I can't tap into that. Is there a chud in the chat that I can't see? Any one of you Blue Crew are welcome to tell him I said fuck off. Is it Dave Incel? I just think he's a questionable person for us to be having, for someone to be having so much, like, like Twitter, for instance. I mean, that shit's completely fucking lopsided. Not that Facebook isn't. Like, I think all those social media sites like that, I really do feel like YouTube is a different animal. And I'm not saying there isn't censorship going on YouTube, because I fucking feel it every day, even on my own channel. So though that's scary, not, it's like whatever, free will of society. The fucking educated are don't have anything to worry about with, too much to worry about with the idiots gobbling up all the fucking misinformation, disinformation that they can, right? But it's his influence on his ability, the Starlink shit, the government contracts, the fucking data that he has been allowed to accumulate, and not through Twitter, but through his government contracts. I don't know how we deal with that kind of shit anyways, because it's always going to be someone, right? Like, I don't know that it's any better. I guess immediately I'm feeling that it's better to have it fucking, this is, That's how fucked up shit is. It's better to continue on having the government in control, hopefully people that we can trust like we always have that. Whatever. They're just busy and love what they do because it's pretty deep shit when you think about it, right? As opposed to having someone like fucking Peter Thiel, who is, oh my God, you guys. Jesus Christ. And this is a problem I have too. You know, the Patriot Act, if I'm recalling that right, Obama having what a fucking move, you guys. Explain that. I get it. There is no explanation, so maybe that's why my fellow libs don't have much to say on it when I bring it up. I don't know what to say either. It's quirky, right? Peter Thiel has completely absorbed everything that was created with the Patriot Act. It's absolutely insane. And that's just what the information that we have, the knowledge that we have of all the tech, the capable tech that Palantir has, what their goals are, what their goals have been for a really long time. It's just it was boring shit to most folks, and until we have shit like protests in the streets of America coming up where illegal databases are being created about citizens through this technology. I mean, it's hard to be it's getting harder to be a glasses half full guy. Man, Mary, I came right through you, you know. Or, well, I guess not, south of you. Over the holidays when we went to Maryland. I don't know. I was backseat the whole way there. The two kids, a 20-year-old and 25-year-old, split the time on the way there. Me and Mrs. V just kicked it in the back seat for 10, 11 hours, 10 hours. We made it there faster, but we did the turnpikes. And then on the way home, I did the whole shit. There I see a Laura troll. What did she say? That motherfucker. Dude, you know that. What a mess. Cookie ass bastard. Peter says Elon got all our personal data. What the fuck? Yeah, those. Well, I think just the things that just the things that he probably had access to before that, to Peter, right? Like, these people, I mean, look at how Elon is a creative fella. There's some shit that I think, you know, I'm a space junkie too, you know, and it's like, I don't know. It's just you have to think that someone who has that much extra time to do nothing but think about crazy shit to do. I'm sure he was tap just who he is. I'm sure he was tapping, has been tapping fucking people's personal information for long before he was the government gave him permission to. But I hear you for sure, brother. Glory says TV2, the troll told me to leave because the USA doesn't want or need me. Yeah, they're not the most witty bunch, Gloria. Laura says I drew fire away from Peter. I couldn't care less what the idiot says or does me. No, I know, sister. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, was he being really shitty? Yeah, you guys don't have to let that shit go. I mean, I appreciate you not fucking. Our blue crew has been able to feel me, and I appreciate it. I know it's not easy. I've fucking modded other places. It's not easy modding anywheres. If you want to, give people a chance, but we're not always going to get it right. But yeah, if someone's going fucking completely bonkers and I'm not removing them, I'm never going to give you hell anyways. They can always be restored if it was a mistake, but that was like that dude last night, Laura. Was it last night? Or was it last night? Probably. What was his name? Laura will probably remember. I'm not. I don't think I'm gonna be able to remember, but I just didn't. I was like, what the fuck, man? His first comment was something to Kate about how sexy she was and how chocolate he was, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Tony? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm shocked. It's weird. And he kept saying, Laura's like, I'm 31. It's like, dude, then you're not that young. What the fuck's going on with you, brother? I mean, I'm a fuck whatever. It's not that I can't be dirty minded too. Whatever. Or I don't know. Maybe that was wrong to say. It's not that Kate isn't uh, you know, good looking lady. It's just it was such a it's like chat every night here for a year, maybe with Kate quite a bit, and then come in and say that. And I probably would, maybe I'd take it different. No, I don't think that Tony guy was. I think he was just a newbie. I did go check out his channel, and he had some encouraging videos up. I can't remember what it was. Yeah, he did turn out to be all right, Lord. That's why I'm glad. I'm surprised that. Well, you've seen. I'm never afraid to try and be humble. I apologize to him if I was. I mean, I don't think I was too harsh, but I apologize as much as I feel as sorry as I could feel if I did offend him. You really have to warm up to me, right? I'm someone you have to really give a good listen to before you think this guy's a dick. I mean, that might be the ultimate outcome anyways, but whatever. Why is Gloria posting shit? Gloria, are you sharing stuff on your channel? I'm probably not even subbed. I'm not. I am now. I tried to make sure I was always subbed to my moderator's fucking channel, for Christ's sake. I'm slacking. Wow. I got you now, sister. Did you have another channel? I didn't know your channel was so new. Gloria, for only being not even a year active on this channel. It's not even showing how many views you have. Oh, because all these are playlists probably. She has a lot of stuff loaded up. Good stuff. Cool deal. All right, I'm subbed now. Now I'm going to start checking everybody's channel. I think I'm subbed to Mary. We'll see. Oops. Oh, wow. I just clicked something weird and it tells me all of Mary's moderation activity on all the different videos. Wow. Her comments. Holy shit. How did I get to this? Can I show you guys that? Laura, did you know about this? Poor Mary. Now I'm using her for the chat lesson. I swear to God, I don't know. I don't share much about how I don't poke around on my YouTube. All the stuff I'm able to do, I guess, as a channel owner. I have never seen this. So I didn't click it off because I don't. Oh, I see. All right. So I was going to go to Mary's channel to see if I was subbed to her. I am. But I clicked the channel activity. That is interesting. I can't see that though. Why it's not telling me the what the fuck? It's not. See, I can't see the rest of it. It says moderated activities in the last, I don't know if it must be week or something. I don't know. Wow, that is interesting. All right. I don't give a fuck what my moderators or our moderators do. But that's pretty neat. Very interesting. I usually just turn on the fucking go live button and that's it. I got mindless contentment. Hans, so should we see what's here? What Hans doing? Chopper now. Go now, J-Rail. Hey. Frankie D, what's going down, Frankie? Ooh, Frankie almost made me lose my beat there. I don't know why, but all of a sudden I was like, what's up, Frankie D? And my right foot just froze. Alcatraz! Happy Thursday, Alcatraz. I hope you are doing well. And all of you that aren't doing so well this week, let's bring it up today for you guys.
No, as my shirt says, let's eat trash and get hit by a car. What's up, Roy's RS? For all your Matchbox and large bucket loader needs, check out Roy. I love watching his live streams. He's at work, like, loading shit from piles and dumping it.
All right. Whoa. Nobody needs two of that, dumbass. Oh yeah, if you full screen I know it's weird. If you full screen the YouTube feed, it fucking still the first time it'll still throw the chat up on the screen. I don't understand that, but that was Dirty Lettuce from Seattle. Jeff and John. Han Solo. Han Solo was the first to comment in the stream tonight, I think. Or no, maybe Gloria did before the stream got started. That's right. Yeah, so hopefully we can we'll see Bondi go. I don't know. Hold on, you guys. Let me get your thoughts. I think there's I know Reverend Jackson's funeral is tomorrow. I've covered funerals, but I don't think I've ever covered any like American, politicians or well-known funerals. It just seems odd to me. Like I've covered the King's funeral, the Queen's, the Pope's. So yeah, just Reverend Jackson's public memorial service tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. But I don't know. Like I said, you guys tell me. It just seems. I mean, I feel cringy. I don't feel weird about like the mainstream media covering it and stuff, but I don't know. And I don't know why I feel like there's a difference between covering American, well-known Americans' funerals as opposed to someone else. Whatever. I know I'm fucked up. Jesus Christ, you guys, the chat is too much pressure. Hola to you, A Bear. Jesus, I was thinking about signing off. I mean, I've been at it for 2 hours and 3 minutes. Probably too long. 2 hours and 3 minutes too long. Mary asked, did Donald call for flags half-mast for soldiers? I don't know. And I wonder, have their bodies arrived home yet? And if Trump had received them, was there to receive them? With the families, of course. Oh, really? Do you have that many subscriptions, Gloria? I was just reading your comment. Yeah, I think you can only have like 1,000 or something. I don't know that. I try to weed mine. Like I try hard, and it is hard because I visit a lot of fucking different channels to not give them a fucking hug, like subscribe, but or sub, but I have like 220, 230, and I was already looking at a couple today that I need to go unsubscribe. It's like if I'm not going there, I'm not doing them any good. Hey Bear, you have to start coming by on the weeknights when Laura is streaming MSNBC, even though I know you can always turn down the volume. I think half the folks, I always keep it up, but I like Ari, even though he does irritate me, like with everybody, with some of the guests. But I think he's fairly graceful. There's been some times I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? And of course the weeknight, because all three of them mother buggers are beautiful. It's a great happy hour chat. 6 to 8 East Coast time. Yeah, that's true. A-Bear has been busy with family and friend stuff, and plus coming out of the holidays and snowstorms. And you probably didn't even make a snowman, did you, A-Bear? I have some video, or maybe some stills, maybe video also of A-Bear's getting dumped on 41 inches of snow. That's a slot. We had a couple good dumpings this year, but I don't know. The most was 20, 24, 25 inches. The last one was around 20 inches. It's a lot of snow. Hey, Bear, I mean it, sister. No worries. No worries at all. There isn't any amount of time you guys, some of you folks, could not come by a stream or the channel, and I would ever be offended or think anything other than you still love me, you're just busy. But I feel you because I'm like that too with Laura. Like, I don't even, most of the time, I don't yap at Laura's new stream. She does it 5 nights a week, but I like to try and get in and fucking throw up some devil horns and a blue heart. I miss being able to fucking tackle Dave. I don't think I should get on that now because I've had 2 cocktails and I don't want to think, but I miss being able to tackle Dave. But so yeah, if I go 2 days or something where I don't get over there to even fucking give the thumbs up, heavy metal, I start thinking, Jesus Christ, Laura's probably gonna think I'm fucking being pissy. That wasn't right because she knows I am. I am. Underneath all this fucking sunshine and happiness, I'm a little pissy most of the time. You did send me the snow mound pic. Yeah, Gloria, like I'm terrible with it. Like I'm subscribed. Like a lot of the people that I'm subscribed to are are mods or folks that I've chatted that are part of our family, right? Human being and B and Fred and there's Mighty's got a bunch of accounts like me, but he does have a wrench here. But I'm subscribed to Putin, Bill. Yeah. Yeah, if you don't see me for 2 days, it's not a big deal. I'm probably just fucking working my mental fidget spinner. What was I watching? I was on my India's documentary kick last night and yesterday, and they had at one of the highest villages. They had they have those what at the shrines, but these folks will have the fucking things that they just sit there, right, just hanging out, spinning, or we see the folks that'll sit there. They have a certain amount of beads or whatever on their string and just sit there silently thumbing them, right, one at a time. Anyways, see, I'm from one thing. That's why I have to fuck off because did you guys catch that though? You probably did. The fidget spinner is just like a fucking modern ADH, more technical ADHD version of the whatever Buddhists and I not just Buddhists, right? Maybe some other religions have those kind of hand things to keep you occupied, I guess. God gave me a willy, so I don't need a fucking fidget spinner. All right. See, I told you I should have got off about 30 seconds ago and would have been all good. You know what though? I appreciate you guys. I unloaded tonight and I didn't lose my goddamn mind or anything. But I did go off on some crazy shit. But basically I mean, there's a lot of layers to that and factors too. Like I said, at one point in the stream, Laura has radicalized me over time with her channel. Anyways, and a lot of other reasons, I'm sure. I'm sure. I appreciate you guys though, all right? I'll probably see you soon, whether you like it or not. We have 242 days left, or 1 hour, 30 minutes, and about 20 some seconds until the midterm elections. We're fucking going on 6 days into the U.S. Trump's war in Iran. Things aren't getting any better in that front. Make sure you're registered to vote. Make sure the people around you are registered to vote. I know you don't want to fucking get under their skin, but if they're not going to vote anyways, fucking get under their skin, right? All right. You guys be good. Peace and love. TV2 out like a motherfucker.